Good evening, guys. Just heard some distant howling back in the swamp, and I thought maybe I'll take a little walk, check it out. It's going to be dark here in the next hour. It's that time of afternoon. Got a big dumping of snow yesterday, as you can see. All the water is starting to freeze here in the swamp. And the sun is going down. Perfect time for a little walk. I just heard a double knock right there. I was just turning the camera back on. So there was another distant knock there when I pointed. We're using the camcorder tonight, so it has a much better microphone for catching the ambient sounds around me. The knocks were coming from that direction right there. Looks like a fisher track. So wet back here right now. Here we are on my skidoo trail right here. So I was just working in the yard when I heard, I don't know if it was wolves, something in the distance howled. And I thought, I'm not going to bring Gage back here right now because if it is coyotes or wolves, I don't want him running after them and then getting attacked. And something about the noise that I heard kind of told me there was a bit of a howl to it, so I don't know. I don't know what I just heard. And then a distant knock. So this is Tom's trail here. And you can see Tom was back here yesterday. He took his tent. He moved everything out yesterday. He's gone today, so new neighbors moving in. So Tom didn't take his stuff. He rounded it all up and moved it 15 feet, but it's still here on the trail. Now maybe because I don't know, he should have been able to carry the stove. I never did get back here to cut this tree off the trail, like I said I was going to. But I mean, the stove's not that heavy. Come on, Tom. He must be just using that as an excuse to come back in a week or whatever. This is Dave's property, his father-in-law's, so it's not like Tom's stuff is in any danger. He'll get it at some point. And then I can see one of the brother-in-laws has set up some pumpkin smash here. And maybe gonna hunt right here, I don't know. So we'll have to be aware of that in the next couple of weeks. It is deer season, and it looks like he's going to use Tom's camping spot as there's a little clearing here. So maybe he's going to use that to hunt some deer. Which is another reason why I'm not bringing Gage back in here in the afternoons, because that's when the guys, if they are out here deer hunting, there's a couple spots that I know they use. This is the season. And I don't want Gage, A, ruining their hunt, and B, getting shot when it's almost dark or something. I mean, I trust these guys, but you never know. Definitely got that dark, creepy vibe right now to the woods. I'm standing at the crossroads here where there's 4 trails. 2 that go deeper into the swamp and then 2 that go back towards my place, and then this one goes towards Dave's place. But definitely was hearing some knocks there 10 minutes ago. I don't know. But I've got that creepy evening in the woods vibe. Deer tracks and rabbit tracks all over right here. I'm telling you, if I lived out in these woods, guys, you know, a week ago when it started, the temperature started dropping, I'd be like, no, we're pack the bags, honey. Get the little big feet together. We're heading south. We're out of here. You know, and I was thinking about that, okay? There should be a way to correlate actual gathered, recorded data and crunch those numbers, okay? Any statisticians out there? If you looked at the data and the sightings, could we correlate that this time of year in the northern states, you know, maybe even project a pattern of movement from people's sightings, right? Everybody's out hunting in the northern states the same as they are up here in the fall. You know, could we correlate a temperature pattern, or would it just be a hunting pattern because there's more people in the woods? That's the problem that I have with that. I thought of it this morning. It would be a great idea to correlate and see if there was a temperature pattern, okay, of movement from the north to the south, indicating a migratory pattern. The problem with that is in the fall, everybody's out in the woods, so therefore you're going to get more sightings. So how do you correlate that with any kind of objectivity and not say, well, it's not related to anything else? Number one being that guys are out in tree stands in the afternoon this time of day hunting deer, you know, for the next 21 days. So I think that's impossible to do, but it would be still cool to see if there could be a correlation made this time of year, whether it's hunting related, temperature related. It wouldn't matter. Is there some kind of correlation? I'm not going to be the guy to compile that data. I'm not a statistician, right? I'm not. Could I do it? Yes, if I had the raw data. Would I enjoy doing it? No. But if there's anybody out there who's a mathematician or a statistics guy, can you get that data, you know, sightings data? Could you compile? Could you do some statistical analysis for us? I would gladly share that on my channel. It's just an interesting thought. As a man of science myself, I would like to see that data, and I would like to see that data correlated into something. Whether we would be right or not, it's just a hypothesis at this point, but it's something to work on, something that could be maybe possibly proven through the collection of more data. See, there's my footprint from coming in here 10 minutes ago. Clearly defined. The one before it is right there, not so clearly defined. I mean, why is this one all melted and this one isn't? I don't know. But there's my tracks coming in. We can clearly see. 2 more knocks. I may or may not have got the last one. I was just showing you guys the tracks on the trail, and I turned the camera off to turn it around. What is this knocking? I mean, I can tell you exactly the direction it's coming from, and it's coming southwesterly, okay? Which there is nothing there. If you Google behind my house, it's swamp for 10 kilometers. Now, could we say that there is noise traveling on the lake? The lake is probably a mile, mile and a half that way. If it's somebody building something, why are we not hearing it constantly, okay? And A, I don't think the sound is going to travel that far. I don't think the sound from the shoreline of the lake would even travel here, let alone across the lake another few kilometers to whatever south shore is down there, where the next houses are. We're talking like 10 kilometers in distance, guys. That was loud. That was not like anything I've heard earlier. I'm sure we got that. You guys might think I'm nuts earlier because I don't know if there's any recordings there or not. They were very distant. That was loud. I'm sure that is on the camera. So I'm not nuts. We've just established I'm not crazy. But what is it? What is it? That is the question. That has been the question for 5 years. Same direction, back in the swamp. Not much left of the sun now, it's almost gone. Half an hour, it'll be dark. My feet are cold, I wonder why. I would have swore that I heard a tree frog. There's no way I heard a tree frog, guys. It's like -3 right now, as you can see. I mean, the woods are full of snow. There is no way, but that's what it sounded like. That would be the world's toughest tree frog. Well, I can see the lights of my place there now. Well, back in the yard for now, guys. If I hear anything else, look. There's a couple more knocks right there. Look. 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 If we hear anything else, we'll grab the camera and get back out there.